Sorry, I'm just writing down some of these what doings real quick.
Oh, you good. My what doing's gonna be really easy. I busted the
It's gonna be
shit out
real
my
easy.
face
Well,
and, like, that's
that's been the problem is that I haven't been keeping as good of track lately. But I do have a lot of fun things to like not announce, but to like share with you. So like I'm excited for.
Yeah.
And I have been watching some things, um, but not a ton. I honestly want to get more into reading if we're being honest. But that's neither here nor there.
I may be a little biased, but I definitely support the reading goals.
Yeah. I literally was talking to the homies chat about this earlier. I don't remember what sparked it now. I think it was honestly Pavel sharing something about Mattel releasing like an autism Barbie,
Oh, yeah?
right? And just I think his comment was, I don't know how I feel about this, right? And anyways, it sparked a conversation. And I had brought up that the thing that is really bothering me right now is this like second screen, not syndrome, but like second screen phenomenon that's making it so that TV and movies or their quality is getting worse and worse because they're relying on their audience not paying attention and doing something else in the background. And
Yeah.
it pisses me off to no end. Um,
Yeah.
but I also feel like it isn't like some of that has to do with Netflix and like PR coming down your throat and being like, you need to dumb it down. Like they need more exposition. Or is it just the writers or like whoever is actually making it just doesn't really care to like put that kind of effort in? Because they're like, nobody's
Yeah.
paying attention anyway. So just make it look good, get our money's worth, move on.
Yeah, just get your bag, finish it, and call it good.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's why I have a really hard time investing in especially television shows right now. Um,
Yeah. Yeah,
because
because it's a
I
lot of time.
Yeah, because I
It's a
also
lot
feel
of
like
fucking
we're
time.
having like it's a lot of time to dedicate to something, especially when we're in an era where for some reason shows are just ending terribly.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the same time though, I feel like we're kind of having a movie renaissance where it's like movies are starting to get really good again.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'll focus my attention there. And then once shows finally come back around, then
You'll
we'll,
get back into it.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially horror. I feel like horror is having a really solid time lately. Like with, Sinners last year.
Oh, yeah, with movies specifically, hell yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and any of
Um,
Ari Aster stuff or Mike
Yeah.
Flanagan.
Yeah, I would say, like, the renaissance for movies probably started with, like probably Hereditary, honestly. Like, that's when things started to get really good again because it,
Right.
like, set the bar really high, and now all of those directors are like, "Shit, okay.
They're like,
Wha
"Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah,
We
wait, we
could
have
do
to, like,
that?"
do a lot now." Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like the early and mid-aughts, I'm just thinking about our childhood, was a lot of remakes.
A lot.
It was a lot of remakes. Some were really good, don't get me wrong, but a lot of them were pretty bad.
Yeah.
A lot of
Oh,
cash-ins.
actually no, I'll save it for later. I was gonna say I'm gonna go get my Coke Zero, but I have my water bottle. I should drink more water. I haven't drank,
Yeah,
like,
right?
any today.
I've got water too. I just opened this, so I figured I should drink it. Uh, Shall
Let's
we
do
get
it.
into it?
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
I'm Karina,
I'm Clark.
and welcome to It's Always Spooky.
Spooky, 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 spooky.
It's always spooky. So today, we're gonna start with I think it's 2001's The Others.
Ooh, 2001.
This is yeah, good year. It's gonna be kind of nice because we've covered 13 Ghosts, so this will be kind of like in that same vein.
Yeah.
Let me see here for the metadata. For the director, sorry, my pen smudged, so I'm like, oh, I can't read this. It looks like it
Left-handed
was
problems.
story of my life. Um, Directed and written by the same guy, Alejandro Amenabar. I love the title card for this movie, but I think quickly I'm gonna go through. I don't think. Oh, here we go. I did write stars. I'm sorry. Uh, Nicole Kidman plays Grace. Christopher Eccles plays Charles. Thyanula Flanagan plays Mrs. Mills. Alakina Mann plays Anne. And James Bentley plays Nicholas.
Yeah. One
I
thing that I
didn't
caught
list
when I
the other
was
two. Sorry, I didn't list the other two housekeepers.
I didn't either. There
Okay.
was one thing that I did note that I thought was really funny though, is
Hmm.
toward the very end of the opening credits when it shows like writers and everything, there was a really big call out to say that it was executive produced by Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah, 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 right. Because this was, like, right before they divorced, right?
I think so, yeah. It was,
Yeah.
like, right when he started getting really into his Scientology stuff and, like, right before they split.
Well, yeah, and I remember that not to get on a tangent, but I remember that really crazy Tom Cruise interview that you can still find online now of him, like, jumping on tables when he fell in love with, like, his is he married to her now? I don't remember. She's very pretty. But I remember him, like, everyone, the host and the audience were like, "Oh my god, like, I've never seen this Tom Cruise before. What's happening?"
Yeah.
Just acting like he's fucking on cocaine.
Yeah, and it's like, there's so many things going into that, guys. It's not just a different relationship. He's on drugs. He's fully into Scientology. Like,
Yeah, right? Like,
yeah, he's high on that alien shit.
that alien shit. Title card for this movie is like an illustrated children's book, and I love it because it's
It's
like
really
candlelit.
pretty.
It's
Yeah.
super pretty. Yeah, and it has like kind of just instrumental music in the background, right? It's just super whimsical and magical.
Yeah, it's very like you're getting introduced to a fairy tale.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then the tagline that I found on IMDb is, "How do you keep them out when they've already invited themselves in?"
Ooh,
Kind of freaky.
freaky, freaky.
Freaky, freaky. And then let me see here, because I like to know the opening weekend. Oh, I did write it. God, I think I wrote it in red pen, and so like when it gets smudged, it's really hard to read. And I'm like, I want to pull it up, but I fucking wrote it down. Okay, so budget was 17 million. Opening weekend was August 10th of 2001, which is 14 million. So almost made its budget back.
Almost.
Gross in US and Canada was 96.5 million, and then gross worldwide was 210 million.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah, I'd say it pretty comfortably made it.
Yeah, it at least did the damn thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I think there is something to be said, like, not at all to discount how good this movie is, because I thoroughly enjoy watching this movie every time I watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But there is something to be said for, like, in this time period, you put Nicole Kidman in something and people were gonna watch it.
Yeah.
She was a very high
It
dollar
was that time
actor.
period, right, in
Yeah,
her acting career where everything she was in, people were going to buy movie tickets and go see it in the theaters.
absolutely.
And
And
what a good movie to see in theaters. Like this one would have been phenomenal.
yeah, and I was barely a living thing at that point. I was 8 years old. So I don't really remember what the, promo material was like for that. Like, I don't remember seeing any previews for it or anything.
Right.
So I don't know how horrifically it was marketed, but it's also, to me, it's, like, so light on the horror. It's so much more of a psychological movie
Yeah,
than anything, and I can see a lot of people buying into that in that era before they were gonna buy into, like, 13 Ghosts.
I believe it. No, I
Yeah,
100% believe it. It was, I mean, if you just think, I don't know, maybe I have it written down. I don't think it's in this notebook. I don't remember the budget for 13 Ghosts, but I believe it was more than 17 million.
that's so funny.
You know what? I have the power of the internet at my fingertips. We're not live. We're just on video recordings.
Yeah, and while you look it up, I can vape, and then if I want to, I can remove that from the video.
13 Ghosts in 2001. Trivia, not trivia. I want budget. Budget's at the bottom. Holy shit. 13 Ghosts budget was 42 million.
Holy hell. Wow.
I almost want to make sure, like, did I get that
I
wrong?
almost wanna double check that.
I almost want to double check that. I'm like, are you serious right now? Because I don't know. That the others looked way more expensive. It was only 17 million.
I also wonder at the same time,
Um,
okay,
I
I
did
think we were
everything.
just at budget, right? Or
Yeah, I
after
think
budget?
so. We were just after budget. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had any quotes.
Oh, I
I don't know if
do have
wrote
I wrote down
any.
IMDb synopsis. I was gonna try to write one,
Oh, that's
but
right.
my brain ain't working like that right now.
Yeah.
So I just copied theirs down. So IMDb states In 1945, immediately following the end of the Second World War, a woman who lives with her two photosensitive children on her darkened old family estate in the Channel Islands becomes convinced that the home is haunted.
It's a pretty classic, like, haunted house story.
Yeah, very much so.
Like, in
Um,
comparison to 13 Ghosts, when I was talking about how it was, like, super modular and hyper, like, retro vibes. Not retro, but, like, what's the word? Futuristic. Futuristic was
yeah,
the word I was
yeah.
looking for. So it's, like, the complete opposite of that.
It is. It definitely is. And I appreciate it. Actually, going back to what we were talking about with budget and 13 Ghosts budget being so much higher, I'm
Yeah.
wondering if one of the reasons for that is that they built all of that for 13 Ghosts, and I'm wondering if they utilized an estate for the others and didn't necessarily build a set.
It's a good point, right?
Yeah.
It's a good point. It's just crazy to think about the difference between the 2.
It is. It's very crazy to think about. But, both of them made it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Um, as far as lore is concerned for this episode, I didn't write down much because one of the kind of hallmarks for this is like mediumship, and I know that we covered that before. So I didn't want to necessarily like dive super far into that. Um
Again. Sure.
yeah, and it's from what I can tell, it's not based on a true story. Or not based on any like firsthand accounts of anything. It's just a very just this is a haunted house.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else we could explore other than, like, the photographs that were taken of the dead people,
Oh, yeah, we definitely could have gotten into that.
right? I don't know of any urban legends off the top of my brain that, like, believe, spirits live on, or, that's how you send them into the afterlife, or whatever have you. But I found that to be interesting when she was asking, I think it was Mrs. Mills, about the
Yeah.
photographs, and that was what she had told her.
Yeah, because I know that, like, in the Victorian era especially, that did used to be a thing,
Hmm.
where they would, like, take pictures of the dead, but I don't necessarily know a whole lot of lore outside of that, but that would be something that we could touch on. I know there's another movie that I have in mind that I think would bring that up too. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
we can
yeah, yeah.
definitely go into that. I can't remember exactly which one. I wanna say it might be The Conjuring. I don't remember,
Yeah.
though.
The
Something
Con
like that.
The Conjuring could work. Shudder is also another really good one, which is a Japanese
Yeah.
horror film.
Yeah.
There was another one that just recently came out, not recently, like within the last 10 years. I think it's called Polaroid, where it was like a
Yeah.
bunch of kids at a party that were like taking pictures, and then like the people were dying in them.
The one that I'm thinking of specifically, it has, like, a really big emphasis on ectoplasm, and I don't remember what movie it was, but we'll get into it. We'll find it. We have so many movies to cover.
Yeah, come join our
Uh,
Discord and talk to us about it, because like we could talk about it all fucking day.
yeah, come scream at me in Discord at what movie that is so that I can actually, like, get it on the list.
Yeah, because somebody's going to be screaming into their headphones when they listen to this episode or
Oh,
watch
yeah.
it on YouTube.
Absolutely. And you know what? Even negative attention is attention, so we'll take it. Uh,
Take it.
for quotes, I only had one that I wrote down, and I believe I'm paraphrasing here because when I was trying to rewatch it earlier, I didn't get through the whole movie.
Sure.
But I got the essence of the quote, and it's when Anne is talking about uh how she read in books about like haunted things, and her mom tells her not to believe everything that she reads in books. And Anne responds to that with, she tells us not to believe everything we read in books and then expects us to believe the Bible. Spitting facts, Anne. Spitting facts.
Yeah. Yeah. And I believe she says that to Grace,
Yeah, I believe
right?
so.
And it's that
Yeah.
moment in Grace's face where she realizes, like, oh no,
Yeah.
why did I teach him how to read?
Fuck, my kid's smart.
Right?
Shit.
Ah, no. No, you're not supposed to put those kinds of connections together, Anne. The Bible is different. That's God's word. Obviously, it's not a lie.
Yeah,
Idiot.
obviously. Uh Before we get into like favorites and scariest and all that,
Yeah.
I did have one little bit of commentary, but I do want to preface this with saying that this is spoiler alert right here. Um, at the very beginning of the movie, there
Yeah.
is a spoiler for the whole thing. Like this, it tells you exactly what this movie is going to be. And I never
Really?
caught it. I've watched this so many times and I never caught it.
Okay.
But while Mrs. Mills and it's Mrs. Mills,
It's
Lydia,
Lydia
and
and Mr. something. Mr.
Mr.
some.
Oh, that's gonna bother me. One
Right.
second.
I was just looking at quotes.
Um,
I have a
it
couple on there that I would definitely put in here.
Go for it.
So I would say one of mine is when Grace splits up the kids when they're doing their lessons. And Grace says, "What if I see a ghost?" And Grace says, "If you see a ghost, you say hello."
I think I had that written in here too.
Yeah, you did. You did. That's why I
Yeah.
was like, I have to bring that one up. And then my final one that I really like is this. I just love this scene so much. We're gonna get into it. Is when Grace is confronting the old woman. And she's like, "Where's my daughter? What have you done with my daughter?" And Anne looks at her and she's like, "Are you mad? I am your daughter."
Yeah. Yeah, the one that I had the if you see a ghost, you can say hello and then keep on studying. That's in my faves. Um, but
Yeah.
the one little bit of commentary, so it's when Mrs. Mills, Mr. Tuttle, and Lydia are all walking up to the house for the first time. Mrs. Mills is talking about somebody named Simpson, and she says like, Simpson, huh? I wonder whatever became of him. And then Mr. Tuttle says, "Oh, I imagine he's dead like all the rest of us." I never caught that before. And then I'm like, what the fuck? They tell you exactly what this movie's going to be and never even caught it. Like the
I like it.
twist for this movie when it first came out, I was like, this is the most impressive twist I've ever seen in a movie.
Right.
And to know like that I didn't catch that it spoils it right at the like first minute and a half.
Yeah, I didn't. I did not catch that. I did not catch that one iota.
Yeah.
Think I would definitely catch it now, but I'm surprised because a lot of times I do catch things like that because I definitely know that like normally every piece of dialogue that it is in a movie is there for a reason. Like you have to go through
Yeah.
multiple stages of editing in order before it reaches like the final product. And so I've always felt like dialogue is very important. And lots of times, like the specific things the characters say, like they can come back later. And so there have been times where, like, I've discovered plot lines super early because I'm like, oh well, I know who the bad guy is already.
Yeah,
No,
they
no,
wouldn't put
it's
that
the
in here.
pregnant one because she's the most unassuming. Like I'm bad with murder mysteries because like I guess it almost immediately.
Okay, but while we're on the topic of pregnancy and horror, I'm so over it. I
Oh
am
yeah,
I am
are you?
so over one of the horrific elements being something to do with pregnancy and giving childbirth. I'm just
Yeah.
like so tired of it. Like
Stop.
let's stop making that into a horror story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Um,
don't typically watch them, so I guess yeah, I don't experience the same fatigue, but I get it.
yeah, it's in a lot of books too. I think that's another
Ah,
thing that it kind of gets me. Actually the book that I'm reading right now, it's in it, but we haven't gotten into like it being a huge issue yet. Um, but anywho, what did you have for
anywho,
favorites?
let me see here. I have written a couple of like honorable mentions for faves right here. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Okay. That's fair. So, one of the first ones that I had written down as an honorable mention, I remember both of us kind of like commenting on the scene when it happened, but it was when they were doing that reading instruction in the beginning, and it was just a gentle parenting moment. Not I wouldn't even know if it would be called gentle parenting, but when Nicholas was reading like a certain sentence, she made sure to reiterate to him how important it is to like have commas and or to even use the right vocabulary in
Full stop.
you know. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it was. It was that full stop. Yeah,
Yeah.
rather than just using it as one long run-on sentence. I just really loved that. It's just a cute, easy little moment.
I loved that too. And I think one of the reasons why I especially appreciate it now is I've been out of elementary school for a very long time, but I
Right.
don't know how much they teach phonics as much as they used to, at least. And
Right.
so I don't know how often people are actually like reading aloud in class or anything like that. But there are especially a lot of people our age that when I listen to them read something aloud, it's like they have massive stage fright, and
Sure.
it's very much so like they are back putting themselves back at being in like the front of the class and having to read something to the rest of the class.
Mhm.
And I really appreciate when people take the time to be like, if you use the proper phrasing and you use the proper punctuation, it makes this so much less intimidating.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And public speaking is something that it's not that you should be comfortable with it, but it should not bring you mortal terror.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that that does start at a really young age. I remember us having this conversation before because I remember having those kinds of lessons in elementary
Mhm.
school. Um, and then I know for like my husband's family, it was really important for them as young kids, their parents and grandparents to read to them and to have them read aloud because it helped like engage their curiosity and help their reading ability and you name it.
Yeah.
So I think it is really important.
I think it is too, and it's actually a practice that I'm trying to adopt just with myself. Is like
Yeah.
while I'm reading right now, I go through a couple of chapters occasionally where I just try to read aloud to myself just to
Oh,
polish that a little bit.
yeah.
Um,
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I like
it
it.
also helps because I have a really quick tendency to shift over into speed reading where like
Ah,
I can very quickly like decipher what is and isn't important to the story and be like, okay, so I'm going to read this. Like it's just really easy to skip around and not get all the fine details.
right.
And I challenged myself last year to start like reading aloud more frequently because I like to appreciate writing as art and it helps me to slow down and digest the whole thing if I actually like make myself listen as I'm doing it.
No, that's great. No, I think that's a really great idea. I've never really had a problem with public speaking. It's probably just my Aries rising sign, if I'm being honest. But I also took drama classes and choir in high school, so I've just always been like, oh, you need me to go perform something? Okay. Like my heart will still pound. I'll still be nervous when I do it, but I'll be like, yeah, I'll do it.
I'm very much the same where it's like the thought of doing it gets me a little nervous, but
Yeah.
then I know as soon as I get up there and I'm doing it, I'm having a great time.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, all these people have to listen to me?
Yeah.
Okay."
Oh, you're giving me a microphone? Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was a
alright.
bad choice.
And then look at
Oh,
we are or look where we are all these years later standing in front of a microphone.
in front of a microphone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The other honorable mention that I have here is when Nicholas and Anne are trying to go to sleep. I really love this scene. It almost paired for a scariest scene, but I'm gonna put it in my faves instead. But Nicholas is trying to go to sleep, and Anne is whispering to another boy that's in the room, who she's calling Victor. And Victor keeps
Mhm.
going and opening up the curtains in the room. And Anne's bickering with him, like, Victor, stop it. Like, close the curtains. She goes up, she tries to close them. And Nicholas is just like, stop it. Stop doing this. Like, you're being silly. And I think Anne says something where she says, like, "It's not me, it's Victor." Nicholas is like, "How do you know?" And she's like, "Are you dumb? It's because I've seen them. Like, like, I'm literally looking at him right now." And I like how it ends with Anne saying, like, "Victor, touch my brother's cheek so he knows you're real." And then you just
Yeah.
hear, like, Nicholas, he just starts, like, breathing heavier and heavier. And then you just see a hand come out and touch him. And then it cuts to Grace in another room. And you just hear Nicholas screaming bloody murder.
Yeah. That scene was making it into, the scariest for me.
Yeah.
Not the scariest, but it was an
No, but,
honorable
like,
mention.
it was an honorable mention up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
My fave scare, like, my favorite scene is also my scariest scene, so I think I'm gonna save it.
Okay. For favorites, the first one, I don't necessarily remember the context. Part of me wants to think that it was during that same bedroom scene, but I'm not
Mhm.
100% certain. All that I wrote down was cowardly custard, cowardly custard.
Oh, it is in that same scene, right.
Okay.
It's in that same exact scene because when
Yeah.
Anne's like, "Victor's in here," and he's like, "No, no, he's not," and she's like, "Cowardly, cowardly custard, cowardly, cowardly custard."
Yeah, I'm just like, what a killer diss.
Yeah,
Like,
they
cowardly
play
custard.
that. They play that, like, bickering brother-sister duo really well.
They do. They do very well with it. Um, my second honorable mention we've already talked about as well. It was the well, if you see a ghost, you can say hello and keep on
Well,
studying.
and keep on studying.
uh, and then my all-time favorite is just the reveal at the end.
Yeah, see, that's
Just
my like fave scare also.
yeah, because this movie really was I had never seen anything that had this twist before. I think it's been done a few times now. But I can't think of anything prior to 2001 that had that.
I
And
think the only one I'm thinking of is The Sixth Sense.
yeah, that might be really the only one. At least it was popular.
Well, yeah,
Um,
and, like, I didn't watch Sixth Sense till after 51st Dates, so, like, that's how I found out about the ending of The Sixth Sense, so
yeah.
anyways,
Yeah,
regardless.
and it was just like all that I wrote down was like the reveal was A plus for its time. I
Oh, it was
had
phenomenal.
I had no idea that that was the way that this was going to end, and I was floored. Granted, I was a child, but I was also and probably sitting on the floor, but I was still floored. It
No, and
just
what's really phenomenal about it too is that normally in haunted haunted movies, there's a family that's being haunted by some malevolent spirit that wants to hurt them for some reason that like they can't comprehend. And in this movie, it's a bunch of ghosts that are terrified of their own house
yeah.
and they're equally as terrified when a new family moves in and they think that the house is haunted, but in reality, they're haunting the house. It's a really, really good twist because the whole
It
time, I mean,
is.
just because of the tension and the anxiety that's exhibited in all of the characters, you feel like they're being haunted. Like they couldn't possibly be haunting anything. They're the but at the same time, like, you think about like ghosts being in torment and not
Yeah.
realizing it, not knowing that they're dead. But they just play it really well because you totally buy into it, and then all the way up until the end, like you're still convinced like they're being haunted by some old lady who's blind, who's like, or this young boy Victor who Anne's talking to. Like they're, more and more convinced, and then it ends up like with this wonderful séance that I think both the
So
kids
good.
disappear, right? Like Grace is looking for them, they're both gone, and so then she hears the séance happening, and she walks in and sees the new owners of the house and the medium and the medium's like assistant.
Mhm.
And the medium is talking to Anne. And you see like Anne and Nicholas in the corner, and Nicholas is like, "No, no, Anne, don't tell her." And Anne just like walks over to the old lady and like whispers into her ear. And it's kind of cool when like then retroactively Grace kind of realizes what she's done, right? Like the memory kind of floods back and she goes, "Oh fuck, that's right."
Yeah. Oh, wait, I murdered my children. Yeah. Nuts.
And that whole
Nuts.
ending scene was so emotional and sad where she was like holding them and was just like crying and oh,
Yeah. Yeah, that mm, it just it tickled all the right spots. And you normally see when you're watching these kind of movies, you normally see that séance from the other side. Like I
yeah.
that's just such a unique take because you're normally seeing it from the perspective of like the living people. And
Mhm.
so it's like you might see some ectoplasm, like the medium saying like, "Oh, I'm hearing this. They're telling me this. They're speaking through me," like that sort of thing. You never get to see it from the ghost perspective where it's just
Yeah.
like, "Who the fuck is this lady?"
Yeah, exactly. Or like who keeps opening these curtains or unlocking these doors that I keep locking, right? Like just little tiny things
Yeah. And when you
that
get to make the connection of like the ghost that Anne has seen the most is
right.
this scary old lady,
Yes,
like
yes. Yeah, it's just
it's
so fun. It's just
yeah.
great. It's a great time.
And it also makes sense like if you think about through the perspective of like what we understand with people that really wholeheartedly believe in the paranormal. One of the more like baseline understandings is that like mediums, of course, have a connection to the other side. So like they have the ability to be able to kind of walk that veil between the
Sure.
living and the dead. But then children typically have a very thin veil too. And it's
Yeah.
not until you start to grow older that the veil starts to get a little thicker and you're not really able to perceive those things anymore.
Mhm.
So it makes sense that like the top two ghosts that Anne is able to see, or the top two living people that Anne is able to see, are um, Victor and the medium.
Right.
Yeah, and so I just love that it's like in paranormal theory, it makes so much sense, and then you just go and find out like, oh, just kidding, they're all dead.
Yeah. And you know what is really
Uh,
interesting too is I was thinking to myself that I have heard that phenomenon that mediums and children have a bit of a, like a sixth sense, right? their veil is a little bit thinner in terms of like being able to see into that world. I've also heard the same about new mothers also. Um,
Mhm.
Up until their children become more self-sufficient, their veil is also thinner just because they have to have a hyper awareness of like their child.
Yeah. Yeah, there's also supposed to be, like, if you buy into these things as well, there's also supposed to be certain, like, zodiac signs that are supposed to have, like, a thinner veil too.
Interesting,
Um,
yeah. Like a
I
deeper intuition.
yeah, I only know that because they say that about Pisces, and that's me.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was such a cool take how they, like, just went by the book for everything, and then you get that twist at the end where
But
it's
you
like,
still have
"Oh,
that, yeah.
cool."
Yeah, no, you still have that really good twist because yeah, truly, like it flipped the script on a
Yeah,
haunted house story. Truly.
yeah, so
Um,
good.
did you have any other scares? Because I only had one other to bring up.
I did have
Actually, no, I lied. I have two to bring up. I didn't see this one.
I only have one other that we haven't touched on so far. I have one honorable mention because my scariest was actually the bedroom scene where Anne was talking to Victor.
Yeah. Okay.
And my honorable mention, which we'll talk about a little more, I believe we kind of covered it, was the "I am your daughter" scene.
Yeah,
Um,
that was the
and
one I was
then
going to cover.
okay, cool. Then yeah, I only have one other honorable mention. So if you want to go first,
Yeah, my other honorable mention is I think it's an early scare when Grace hears somebody playing the piano downstairs. And so she
yeah.
kind of like slow. Was this the one you were going to bring up? Okay. So she kind of like, she definitely hears somebody playing the piano and I think she kind of goes, I can't remember if she goes in and and then like she closes it and then she walks back out. And then she turns around and just the door slams shut in her face and almost
Mhm.
physically knocks her back. That actually got me to jump. I remember
One
that actually getting me to jump.
One second. I keep hearing a bunch of noise and I'm just making sure it's the construction outside. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm the only one home. So
Oh,
yeah, I was like, did
I
I
was like,
lock
what
the
the
front
fuck?
door? I did.
Jesus.
I did.
That's why you need a big ass dog like Echo. Cause like,
Yeah, because Leela will bark and then run under the bed.
yeah.
Uh,
Hey, someone's here to kill you. Bye.
it's okay. I'm like this far away from being a raging leftist with a gun. So this would be the time. Yeah. It
Yep.
kinda starting to feel necessary.
Yep. What was your honorable mention? And then we could talk about the old woman.
Yeah. My other honorable mention was, this is in the moment where I believe it's actually near the piano scene. Um, the tension is pretty high, and Grace is, like, frantically going throughout the house to try to figure out, like, where it is that these noises are coming from, and also why it is that, like, curtains keep getting opened and, like, that sort of thing. She's like,
Doors
"That'll
keep
kill
getting
the kids.
unlocked.
Doors
Yeah.
keep getting unlocked," like, that sort of thing, and she ends up in this storage room, and in this storage room, it's just, like, a bunch of different, like, furniture and things like that that are covered in sheets,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
nothing truly scary happens in this scene, but it is set up in the way that you fully believe that one of these sheets is going to be like a person or a
Right.
ghost, or it's going to be
Right.
something that's going to pop out and scare you. And it doesn't. And I love, 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 love when a jump scare is set up, but it doesn't happen.
Yes.
Like
Because it just
it,
keeps building the tension up and up and up, and then it just
yeah.
doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I love it. It makes me so happy because, like, I'm not the biggest jump scare person. Like, so for me, if somebody can set one up in a super effective way and then not do it, I'm like,
You're
oh,
like, ooh,
oh so good.
oh, okay.
So good. And then for the last scene, are you mad?
Yeah, I like this scene because I would consider this scene my scariest. It's when Grace is making, I think it's a communion dress for Anne. It's for something or for her baptism or something like that. And so she's having her try it on so she can like alter it for her. And afterwards, Anne convinces her to let her wear the dress while she goes and grabs something. And she's only gonna be gone for a minute. And she tells Anne before she leaves, like, don't sit on the floor, don't touch the walls. And Anne's like, I'm on. But she's gone for like a while. We don't know how long it is, but it was longer than 5 minutes. So when she
Yeah.
comes back, Anne is sitting on the floor and she's playing with like a little marionette doll.
Which is
And
creepy in and of itself.
in and of itself. And she's far away. It's dark in the room, and so she's only lit by lantern light. This is another really great portion of this movie is because the children are photosensitive. Every setting is dark.
Yeah.
All the
Every
sets are
setting
just
is
like
dark.
lit by fucking candlelight or lantern light.
But not too dark. Like, it doesn't
No, you
play
can still
into that
see.
horror movie trope of, like, being so dark that you see nothing.
Yes. Yeah. It
Yeah.
focuses your attention really well. But I
Yeah.
think that a lot of times when you have a dark set too, it really plays with your mind. It makes you
Yeah.
think like there's a fucking ghost in the background and I just can't see it. And so Grace comes back and Anne is facing away from her in front of the lantern playing with the marionette doll. And initially Grace is annoyed and she comes in and she's like, "Oh my God, Anne, I told you not to sit on the floor. Like, what are you doing?" And, and Anne's like, "Oh, I was waiting for a while."
The
And
floor's
as Grace,
clean.
yeah, the floor is clean, right? And as Grace gets closer to her, she starts to notice that like that's not Anne. Like her hands look super old and like her hair is noticeably whiter. And so as she gets closer to her, Anne looks up at her and it's an old woman. Like and Grace says that line that I said earlier, like, "Wait, who are you? Like, you're not my daughter." And this actress like credits all the flowers to this actress who made the perfect
Yeah.
mannerism of that younger actress and just looked
Yeah.
at Grace and was like, "What are you talking about? I am your daughter."
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. It's
And then
so
like
good.
Grace attacks her. She like jumps on top of her like, "No, where's my daughter at? Like, what's wrong with you?" And starts like, grappling with her until Mrs. Mills runs in and the scene diffuses. But
Yeah.
and then she
That's
realizes
such a
like
good
it was
scene.
Anne all along. Yeah, it was a great scene. Kind of fucked up, but it was a great scene.
And I feel like that is the scene that everybody remembers. Like,
I would think so.
yeah,
I
'cause
would think so.
it is one of, if I were to pick like scary scenes in this movie, that is the scary one.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're like, "Oh, that's a possession right there."
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Oh, that's so good. So we have like no weapons roster for this movie, which
Oh, I
is
do.
going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's very slim. So I did the
Yeah.
door that hits Grace. I did the shotgun. I called Grace the Mad Mother as the third weapon, and then the fourth weapon I did a pillow.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Because we don't really know. We could put disease as one because that's how
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Tuttle, Mrs. Mills, and Lydia died was of tuberculosis.
Yeah.
So that'd be it. Trivia. The disease the children have is an actual disease known as xeroderma pigmentosum, which is basically an extreme sensitivity to sunlight. It is very rare, with roughly 1,000 people in the world who have it.
That's fun.
Yeah, right?
Not fun, but it's cool to know that it's a real thing.
Nicole Kidman actually quit during rehearsals, as playing Grace gave her nightmares. She said, "At one point, I didn't want to make the film because I couldn't even go there emotionally."
Huh.
Interesting. The movie opens with Nicole Kidman in voiceover reading a story. She begins with the words, "Now, children, are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin." The BBC radio program Listen with Mother, broadcast in the UK between 1950 and 1982, always began, "Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin."
Oh, interesting.
You had brought this up earlier, but executive produced by Tom Cruise, this marked the last collaboration between him and Nicole Kidman prior to their divorce. The film earned more than $200 million, making it one of the highest grossing horror movies of all time.
Wow.
Especially in
Damn.
comparison to its budget,
Yeah.
right? The house, supposedly on the island of Jersey, is actually located in the north of Spain.
Oh, that's cool.
I did actually hear, I don't know if it's in this trivia, but that Alejandro Amenabar, the director and writer, wrote this script in Spanish and then like translated it.
I think there is a Spanish version too. Because I'm pretty sure I saw it when I was Googling to try to figure out where I was going to watch this earlier.
Ooh, this one's fun. When the wandering Charles arrives home escorted by Grace, he meets Mrs. Mills, later revealed to be another person among the dead. When he approaches Grace in the fog and he enters the room to greet his children, Charles' footsteps produce a sound not unlike the clinking of chains, which Anne had previously mentioned is a telltale sign of ghosts.
Oh, that is cool. That gives me a reason to rewatch it. Now I have to see if I can hear it.
Uh-huh. Ooh. In the scene in which Grace is loading the shotgun for the first time, she can be seen pausing in a recollective moment after she slams the breech shut. This is most likely due to her faint realization of deja vu, most likely alluding to her suicide by using the same gun.
That makes sense.
I also liked this one. When Mrs. Mills and Mr. Tuttle are covering up the three gravestones, a Celtic cross can be seen emerging from one of them. The Celtic cross is a version of the Christian cross that is particularly common in Ireland. Mrs. Mills speaks with an Irish accent. It is a subtle clue that the gravestone is actually hers. Indeed, when the three gravestones are later revealed, the one with the Celtic cross has her name on it.
Ooh, that's a cute little Easter egg. I
Mm-hmm.
like that.
I remember seeing that one. The extra white makeup of the children's faces is a hint of the movie's twist.
I
Which
just
I
thought
definitely like, I noticed it on Nicholas, like, they made him look paler. I didn't really notice it on Anne.
I thought they were just as white as I am.
Yeah, right? Think that's about it for let's see this one. It says, though not an adaptation of Henry James' novella The Turn of the Screw, this film borrows from the famous ghost stories themes, and its title seems to be a reference to the novella's reference of the servant apparitions as the others.
Okay.
Here, I'll end with this one. Early in the movie, Grace says to Anne, "Stop breathing like that. Stop breathing." Later on, Anne will say to her brother, Nicholas, "Stop breathing like that. Stop breathing." These scenes foreshadow how the children die.
That's rough.
Yeah,
Rough.
rough. That's what I got for trivia.
All right. Shall we get into ratings?
I think so. I think for me, I was going to choose a pillow for my weapon
That's a good one.
just to make it as sad as possible. Um, so for quality, I gave this a 5 out of 5.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would only ding it if I were to ding it, but I'm not going to for how long it is. But I think that there is not a lot of exposition. There is a lot of stuff that's on screen, but I think it all has a very good purpose, like a very strict purpose.
I want to
Uh,
say, because it's like, what, an hour 46?
I think so.
Something like
I
that?
want to say it was just under 2 hours, but yeah, it's an hour 44.
Okay.
So it's like kind of long.
Yeah.
If it were over 2 hours, the quality would have to go down because
I
it does feel like a 2 hour plus movie.
Yeah, and I do think that for this time period, that was actually like a decently long movie.
Yeah,
Because that was back in the time where like most movies were an hour and a half
exactly.
or a little under even.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Scariness, I gave it like 2.5 pillows out of 5. Like 2 pillows and a throw pillow, maybe.
Hmm.
Because like great scenes, like good frightening scenes in it, but overall, like I don't really personally find it that scary. And I don't think a lot of people would. I think they'd find like the twist really cool, and maybe some of the like tropes that they do really fun. But I don't think like it would be actually that scary.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Even going into it as like a non-horror watcher,
Yeah,
I don't think anybody would really find it super frightening.
yeah. And then finally for rewatchability, I gave it a 3 out of 5. So long, uh, and I said it's kind of a one and done if you know the ending. So
Yeah.
sometimes that makes movies harder to rewatch. But I do feel like this movie has enough detail to keep you wanting to try it a couple more times, or to at least show it to somebody else and see if they figure it out, or if you can kind of like see some hints,
Yeah.
before like the big reveal.
Yeah, I agree with that. Um, for my rating, I'll do tuberculosis. Because nothing like a little case of TB.
Yeah, come on.
For quality, I gave it a 4 out of 5. The only thing that I really thought to ding it on was just that feeling that it does seem long.
Right.
Um,
It
which
feels it.
yeah, which truly it's really not, especially in comparison to modern day films. But it's a little sluggish at times. Not, as you said, not that it's not important, but
Mhm.
it is a little sluggish. Um, for scariness, I gave it a 2 out of 5, kind of for the same reasons. Like, if I were to look at it through the lens of psychological thriller rather than scariness, it does a
Yes.
it does a great job at that.
Yes.
But as far as rating it specifically on, like, does this make me feel fear? Like, if I were to put on a heart monitor, would it have increased at all? Probably not. And then for rewatchability, I gave it 4 out of 5 tuberculosis cases, because I do really love this movie. I think it's a really fun one to have on in the background. And I think that the way that they shot the film and the setting that they used was really beautiful. So
Hmm.
it's something that, like, when I'm watching it, it's very pleasing to the eyes. There's not a whole lot of like super saturated color, anything like that. Like it's a very easy watch, and it's just like it's so entertaining. Even knowing the spoiled, or even knowing the end, I still go into it and I'm like, I would I would be besties with Anne. Anne is
Oh
so
yeah,
cool.
I did write that she's a total vibe in my
Yeah,
notes.
like I would watch this again just to see Anne.
Yeah.
And Um, but I think that's all that I have. I don't even really have any other commentary to add or anything like that. So we can get into what
What
new.
doing? What
What
do?
new?
So I'm gonna split up my what doing because we're recording another episodes. The most recent thing that I did, for this episode at least, was I've been watching a lot of movies on YouTube because there's a lot that are up for free right now. So 1990s Ghost with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore and Whoopi Goldberg. If you have not watched it, because I feel like a lot of people know of the movie and they think about that scene with Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze and the clay, and then they don't think about anything past that scene. And your girl is here to tell you that that movie is a fucking diamond in the rough, and it is low key scary as fuck.
So Nick was looking at a tattoo artist's flash last night, and one of the
Hmm.
flash that they had was that scene. It was a pottery wheel, but
Oh
it
god,
was two ghosts. And I was like, that is so fucking funny. Like
that is
that is
pretty funny.
so good.
But anyways, watch that movie. We need to put it on our list because I feel like it's one of those movies too that a lot of people don't think is like a scary movie. I
No,
disagree.
I feel like there's a misconception that it's just romance.
Yeah, I think that does have romance in it. I think that's
Yeah.
true, but I think it's also like it's a pretty clever, scary movie, and it's got some pretty. At least when I was a kid, like that movie scared the shit out of me,
Yeah.
and for all the right reasons. And I watched it recently, like I said, just like a week ago, and it still holds up. Like I fucking love Whoopi Goldberg's character. It has like that equal mix of like scary and funny because you like
Yeah.
have all this comedic tension with like Patrick Swayze and Whoopi Goldberg's characters, but
That's
fucking
cool.
recommend it.
I haven't watched it in years, so I'd love to rewatch it.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think it would be great for our podcast.
Yeah.
We can make some pretty great memes out of it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And then finally, for at least this episode, is I topped peak. I
Nice.
got to the top of the mountain for the first time. I did it on
Nice.
easy mode, so like don't give me too many accolades. But I just
That's
wanted to see if
still
it was
hard.
possible.
Yeah, even on easy mode, that game is not easy. So,
Yeah, and I've only done it once. I feel like I've played it under 50, but probably close to 50 times at this point. So the
yeah.
fact that I've only reached the peak one time, I'm wondering how all of these speedrunners do it on YouTube.
Yeah, and now you still gotta work on bringing Bing Bong.
Yeah, right. I haven't done it with Bing Bong yet. No, maybe I'll try it later.
Now, at the moment that I
Fuckers.
need an empty inventory slot, Bing Bong is off the mountain.
Bing Bong's getting sent. Just
Yep, yeeted. Full yoke.
yeeted. Yeeted. So what about you? What doing in your neck of the woods?
I'll break this up a little bit too. So the obvious thing that I need to talk about is New Year's. So I went out for New Year's Eve and we were hanging out with two friends that we don't get to see very often. Shout out to Desert and Gabby. And we started off at one bar, had a couple drinks, but like we're not like intoxicated.
Sure.
We had been there since like noon. And we left at I think 5. And we so we didn't have like a ton or anything. Um Decide to go to Holy Ghost, which is my favorite bar. We go there. They have like an oyster pop up that's happening. So we grab some drinks. I ate like 50 oysters. Was having
Oh,
like such a good
it smells
time.
so good.
It was so good. And then I go outside. At this point, I'm tipsy, but like definitely not anything crazy.
Sure.
And I don't know fully what happened because I don't remember because I got a concussion. But what happened from what I've heard was that there was a group of small dogs that came by, and I asked if I could pet them, and the owner was like, "Yes." And, I just got really excited to pet them, and I bent down, and either I, like, thought I was gonna trip over one of them or something like that, or I just, like, lost my sense of gravity or, like, center of gravity, and I ate concrete. And
Yeah.
so this looks significantly better than it did. But like skinned up my face, had to get stitches under my eye, broke my tooth. Like it was, yeah, got a concussion.
Got a
And so
concussion.
yeah, so since then it's just been a matter of like scheduling the dental work and that sort of thing, dealing with the concussion because it's my first one. Also my first time getting stitches. And, it's just been a lot of relaxing and a lot
Yeah.
of, like, dialing myself back in honestly a really healthy way
Yeah.
because I grew up in a family where if you're not waking up at the ass crack of dawn and being super productive, then you're worthless as a human,
Yeah.
and this has really made me slow down and recognize that I can't push myself in this moment because if I don't allow the concussion to heal the way that it should, then it's just going to make this last significantly longer.
Yeah.
And post concussion syndrome is real and I don't want it. So, and I really
No, you
appreciate
don't.
the amount of advice that you've been able to offer because nobody else in my life, besides you and well, I knew about yours. I didn't know about Chase's. Um,
Oh,
and like mom has never had one, Nick has never had one. And so like within our house, we didn't know what to do.
right.
And the doctors didn't really tell me what to do either. So I
It was
was
just kind of low key irresponsible, but
yeah, they were like, okay, we're going to scan your brain and make sure everything's okay and make sure you didn't break any facial bones, but we're not going to tell you that you have a concussion. We're just going to put it on your discharge paperwork.
right, and
Um
send you home to drive yourself.
Yeah, and, like, let me drive home. And so I relied on your expertise a lot for this, because
My
I
expertise as a concussed individual.
Yep. And, like, I was like, "I guess I just go do normal life," and you're like, "No, actually,
No,
no.
no, you
No, you
don't
don't."
do normal life. No, you sit down.
Yeah, yeah, you sit the fuck down and rest
Mhm.
because your brain needs to heal, and if you don't let it, you're gonna be fucked.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
I remember hearing once that getting a concussion is like if you just, like, hold the power button on your computer and you just force shut it down, and then when you try and restart it, how long does it take to actually reboot?
Yeah, which I'm sure, like, if you were to have a video of me hitting pavement, it was probably the Windows power down sound. Like,
Doo-doo-doo.
it
Yeah,
was a
100%. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I believe it was probably that way for my concussions too, because I'm sure for both of them, it's like impact and then limp. Like
Yeah.
it was this way for the first one, and then it was, this way for the second one.
And the crazy thing too, because like, I've never lost consciousness like that before. Like,
Yeah.
I've never fainted, like, anything like that. And so, the crazy thing is how you would think that the moment that you don't remember is, like, the moment that you hit the ground, but, like,
Yeah,
my
not really.
memory my memory stops probably, like, 2 hours before that,
Yeah,
and then I don't remember anything until I was waking up on Gabby's couch and she's patching up my wounds.
your face.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah, and you're like, yeah.
there's probably like a 3 or 4 hour period that I don't rem
Right, and you might not have even been unconscious for that whole time, right? There
Yeah.
could have been other people leading you, probably nobody carrying you, but, like, just people helping get you somewhere, and then you just don't remember it because your brain just blocked it out. It just doesn't have time to keep those memories right now. It needs to focus on fixing your brain.
Yeah, the brain's like, "The fuck?" And then it just, like, puts all resources to, like, "Okay, let's make sure we're not too fucked up."
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause you did have some alcohol in your system too, which I'm sure
Yeah.
it didn't help things, like, definitely exacerbate in both of my cases,
No.
like, I didn't have any alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah, I so when we record our next episode, I'll go into the dental side of things because that's really fun.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I haven't been doing much else, so
Good.
that's kinda it.
No, just
Yeah,
heal. Just take care of yourself because I know it's
yeah,
difficult, especially for people like us that, like, we value our self-worth on our ability to, like, work and be go-getters, and it's really important to, like, take a step back, especially when you have a brain injury 'cause it's serious. It's serious
it
and it's
it is.
invisible, which is really hard Because like then when you look in the mirror, you're like, nah, I look fine. And other people think you look fine. And it's like you have to be a little bit more of an advocate of like, no, I just had a concussion 13 days ago.
Yeah.
13 days ago.
Yeah.
Like that, and you're gonna need at least 3 months.
Yeah.
Like 10 days to start feeling normal, but like 3 months to like fully feel better, you know, right?
Yeah.
And like, I think I was even told like 3 to 6 months, but then I got a concussion 3 months after the first one. So that's what really fucked me up. So as long as you just don't hit your head again, that's what's really important. Like on top of taking it easy.
on the tier list of things not to do after a concussion, at the very top is like, don't hit your head again.
Yeah. Don't hit it on something hard, especially this front area. If you were to hit the front side, like at least pick another area for your brain to bounce against.
At least eat shit backwards this time.
Yeah, right. Focus on like, your vision rather than like your processing ability.
Yeah. Fuck. I just like overall, I'm still gonna say like New Year's Eve was a 9 out of 10. Like the only thing that knocked it down was all this. But it was such a stellar night. So it was cool.
My New Year's was also pretty stellar. It was very low key. I think Harrison and I went out to Zach and Eve's house, and I think I don't remember if we watched football. I think the boys played a little Borderlands, and Eve and I hung out with a baby, and I colored, and we just, like it was super chill.
Nice.
We just like, I think we brought over pizza. Yeah, we brought over pizza and just like hung out and vibed. And I got to walk around the property in the morning with Echo and Luke, which I will bring up in the next episode.
Sick. Well, then let's do a little pause and I'll try to reorganize a little bit and then we can get the next one going.
Yeah. All right. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay spooky.
Love each day.
Love.
It's always spooky.